All right, good morning everyone. Apologies for the delay. I had some issues I was sorting out here on the PC, but I think they're all done and we are now ready. All right, so good morning. I see Patrick, you're already around, and the rest of you guys, good morning. Let's now get straight into it. As usual, we start with a prayer, so let's pray. Father, we say thank you for the beautiful morning. Thank you that we're back here for yet another session where we analyze the charts and be able to look into the market to make this money online. We're saying thank you. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for every profit that we're making out of this, and we say that it will all be for your glory. We give you praise, we love you. Thank you for today's profits. Thank you for the market insights that you're giving unto us, and thank you for your wisdom and guidance to guide us all the way as we get good entry and exit levels. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so without any further ado, you know the drill, guys. We get straight into it. Time is already gone, so we start with crash 500. Crash 500. All right, so crash 500, we started here yesterday. We wanted this move. I told you I cannot personally engage in buys before price reaches this fair value gap, and now clearly we've seen the price has actually reached that 50% of the fair value gap, and I think we are in clear now, but of course not yet clear to actually make an entry. Price has just touched that 50% of that fair value gap, and clearly one may see that we are having that kind of change of character on M15. Now this is not enough, as it has not yet gained enough momentum, so price is likely to react back according to H1, to react back here. Then probably that's when we can make our sniper entry. But if you don't want a sniper entry and you're not sure about it, then you rather wait for when it does this kind of a move and then makes a pullback to test that change of character level. Then that can be your entry. So this was yesterday. We wanted price to reach here. It did not reach. It kept on playing around here. It was consolidating. So currently we have a break of structure, of which that break of structure, according to H1, has gone and hit our level that we wanted to start buying from. So now all this can go. All this can now be taken out. So this is today. We have seen it reach here today morning to reach that level we wanted. Now we need a pullback to confirm that it is not going to break structure again, and then we come in with our buys. That is enough on crash 500. Let's go to boom 1000. Please let me know if my sound is clear enough, if you're getting me properly, because my mic, I've first checked it before we started. So let me know if there is any issues before we can continue. Apologies. All right, so boom 1000. Yesterday I told you about this move. So if you were around yesterday, you clearly know this, that we had looked for that. We were waiting for this kind of a move. I told you that it's gonna sell and then we will later get into the buys, and that's what it did. So this was the move here. right up to here. It took me out here when I was trying to look for the buys. It took me right here when I was looking for this buy. It took me out right there. I had entered right on this level, but then it looked for my stop loss all the way down below, took it, and then started to buy. You can see the way it first played around, went into profits, came back, went back, came back, like that until it took me out. And the next scan after taking me out, you can see what happened. So that's what most of the times happen. It happens most of the times, and that's why I get to understand that Deriv manipulates, of course, to take money sometimes. But yeah, that's how they also benefit, but sometimes they don't. So yeah, you have, when you're making your stop loss, that's why it is always advisable, that's why I always advise to make your entry above our 10 MA on M15. So for instance, this would have been our entry right there, all right on this red candle right here. That would have been our perfect entry, but I did not wait. I think I had put a limit order here, so it was activated, and then it started to play games like that until it took me out. I was about to remove my stop loss, yeah, but I remembered I don't really love trading without a stop loss, and since I'm not a market maker or a market mover, I rather trade and lose some money than leaving it open to blow my account. So that's why I normally trade with a stop loss. But this was a good one not to put a stop loss, because after that it came and told me, because when you put a stop loss, these guys can manipulate and follow your stop loss. Yeah, so that's what I did, and I was taken out, and look at that. That was good money. Before what time? Before let me see, before 9 p.m. let's see, 19, 20, 21, yes, before 9 p.m. This had hit the target right there, like we had anticipated already. That was our target. I told you, remember I told you when we were analyzing, I told you we will be anticipating consolidation within here, back and forth. Yeah, so it reached there, then it started to play games. I tried to recover this money here when I entered a sell down here, but it was playing games back and forth. So before I went to bed, I had to close it right there so that I don't leave it running throughout the night. So I believe I did good, because if I had left it to run overnight, then it would have come and taken me out again. Right there, you can see it reacted back, yet it moved, and I had my TP here. This was my first TP right there. So I believe still it may not have hit it because of the spread. It may not have hit it, so it was good to move out before I went to bed. Yeah, all right, so enough of Boom 1000. Enough of yesterday's analysis. Let's now talk about today. So what happened? What is going to happen? Let's look at what is going to happen. Let's delete all this. So we are anticipating this move. So it has not respected here. It respected it shortly, but then it broke it, so we cannot use it anymore. So this move right here is the one that is gonna come down from there. Is it going to come all the way down below here? I doubt. There is another block here. It can easily look for this one right about there, and to delete this for now. It can easily look for that, and then of course we have this other support down below here. That one remains because it is strong support. So we are seeing price, you know, rejected from all the way up there. Yeah, we are seeing that. That's what we are seeing up there. So one may argue and say this is a break of structure, but then there is a resistance, so it may not make sense for us to consider it that much. If we go to H4, we need sales, remember that, but price is above our 10 MA. Up here we have another resistance according to H4. Then here we also have a resistance according to H1. So daily time frame we need buys, but we are not yet ready. I told you we will be ready for the buys when H4 is ready to engage in buys, but H4 is above our 10 MA, though H1 is not. So what do we see now? We see that H1 is going to do this and then give us this sell. That's what we see. That's what we see. H1 has to be ready to sell so that H4 can sell and get oversold. Then we can come in with the buys probably Friday or Saturday. So is this the case? I believe it is the case for us to engage in the sell, but I may not engage in this buy. I will probably wait for the sell. That's what I may probably wait for. So apparently you can see the sell is getting confirmed on M15, and we need it also to be confirmed on H1. So this move here, then pull back there, then we sell from right there, then we sell from right there. That's what we need. We sell from there. So for now it's gonna be a no-go for me until I get a proper, you know, move that I can capitalize on. All right, so that's it on Boom 1000. Let's go to Boom 500. So Boom 500, let's see. Yesterday we were looking for that pullback. It never happened. It was short-lived. It actually happened, but it was short-lived, and I kept holding until it came and took me out. I was already in that trade, although I entered a bit late. Yeah, I entered a bit late. I missed this move here. Then I was waiting for it to react all the way here so that I can enter buy. So I entered, it went into profits, then I moved out of the charts. It came and took me out right there, and then it started to play games around that level and around there until it broke and continued with the sell. So we saw that it did not go all the way back to that OB. Was it an OB or a resistance? So now we can delete all this right about here, even this one here. Delete all that. Let's remove history, and now having reached there, it did not react back. It came to test that level and then started to sell. We got a breakout here on this support level. Yeah, but remember the general trend is still a buy trend. So as far as we're seeing price pushing for sales and giving us this kind of move, the general trend is still a buy trend. Or okay, that is on H1. How about daily? Okay, daily needs sales. So whatever we are doing, we need to know that this buy is only according to H1 and probably M15. So after that, sellers are coming in. So what are we missing? What are we missing? Looking at this move on M15, the buy is on, but it has reached a level where it wants to give us a pullback. All right, so go to H1. So there's rejection here. First look at those candles, all those 4 candles currently, all these 4 candles, you can see they have a rejection coming in from sellers trying to push for sells. Yes, so that tells us that sellers have the say in the market, even though buyers are trying to force the move back and forth there. It's not gonna happen. Sellers have the say, so I can only advise us to wait for sells. I can only advise us to wait for sells. So for now, yes, buyers may push to where? I don't see even to where. Maybe to where exactly, because I don't see. All right, maybe this level right here. Maybe this level right here. Buyers may push all the way to there. Then I think that will be it. Once buyers push price all the way there, of course there's a likelihood of price first reacting back down a bit before it pushes there. So probably to like this, probably like this, then like that. Then from there we come in with ourselves, hopefully. So it's gonna be a tricky one. I may not focus on this asset for some time until I get a clear move. So the reason I'm looking for this is on M15. So M15 has to be ready to push for this. Let's go to M5. Yes, M5 is actually getting in shape for this kind of a pullback. You may actually trade this pullback. You may actually trade for this pullback right about there. It comes back to that conference area, but then I want to remind you that down below there you have a fair value gap on M15. There's a fair value gap on M15. Price can eventually even look for this fair value gap. So whatever you do, make sure you trade carefully. All I can do now for me to enter this kind of a sell is to wait for M5 to make this pullback, and it fails to break this. Once it fails to break that high, then I can enter a sniper entry when price goes below my 10 MA. Or yeah, actually when price goes below my 10 MA, I cannot enter before it goes below my 10 MA. So that's what I am going to anticipate for now on Boom 500. All right, that's enough. This will be the other entry when it reacts back to that fair value gap. All right, so let's now head over to V25-1S. Volatility 25-1S, let's see what happened. This one I was skeptical to enter. It has to be on M15 for us to see. So this was the structure we were getting, and we got that as a change of character, and then price side to sell, then came to this. We were waiting for either buys here or buys here. So it reached on both levels, then tried to push for buys, failed, tried to push for buys here, failed, then here tried to push, but it failed right about there. You can see that. So instead what happened was today morning it broke structure right about there. It broke structure and continued to sell. So looking at H1 right now, we can see that that was a break of structure right there, that has continued to sell, and now it is looking for a lower high right about there. We have our current lower low right about here. So all this now is not necessary. All this now is not necessary. Whatever we had here, we did not use. So it failed to give me what I wanted, so I did not trade it. It's been a while since I last traded V25S, but yeah, we will trade it again once we get a clear structure that we can work with. All right, so currently you can see on H4 you have that kind of a candle, and you guys already know better what we call that candle and what it signifies. Yeah, so all we need now right about here is a confirmation on H1 for the sells, for the buys. Confirmation on H1 for the buys. So all we need is a reversal signal confirmed. We cannot just enter buys, we have to wait for a reversal signal. Probably price reacts all the way back to that OB, and that will be it for a sniper entry to engage in the buys. All right, I want to see this. What was this? It was never respected, so delete it. What was this? OB, yeah, acted as a support, and then price reacted to it and continued to sell, so we can leave it for now. And then what is this here? Okay, so delete this. Delete that. So this can be seen as a change of character according to daily time frame. Change of character according to daily time frame. Now, if that's the case, then this also can be seen right about there. So let's first try to understand this. Let's go to weekly time frame. Okay, so sales are on. All right, so we've started to sell. Okay, so let's go to daily now that we've known what we are doing. Daily time frame. The sale has started. This is gonna be our change of character, but it has left some liquidity back here, so it has to come and grab it. It has to come and look for such a liquidity. So let's go to H4. Of course, that's where even our TP is. That's even our TP is this TP right here. So it's just add it a little bit there to grab that liquidity. So now we wait for H1 to confirm. Once we have a confirmation of this reversal, then we enter buys to push all the way there to grab that liquidity. Then we come in with our sales from this fair value gap on daily time frame. Fair value gap on that daily time frame right there to push all the way down for the sales. Push all the way down for these sales. All right, that's it on V25S. I have to wait for now. I have to wait for H1. We wait for H1. If we go to M15, same thing that we were waiting for. So we rather actually wait for the one on H1 than M15 price to react back here. Then we can think of entering buys. But until then, if you don't see anything, there's no entry you're going to get, unless if it gives us a high, and then we can use probably our fib to anticipate a pullback or a retracement level. So for now, no business. this is no go for me. V75, V75. V75, it was having a low momentum. I made some small money there, then it went all the way there where I had anticipated, and I was supposed to enter my sell here, and I missed that. But then I waited for it to react back here. I entered buys here because I knew it was going to break out, but like I've told you, I didn't want to leave any asset, any trade running overnight, so I had to move out before I went to bed. So I moved out with some profit yesterday. That was yesterday night, so I traded it till late, probably till 1 a.m. in the morning, and that was it. Yeah, so now all this is no longer necessary because we can leave this for now, because now let's delete all these. Yeah, all right, remove history. So now we know that our price is no longer going to come back here. It came to our change of character level right there, as you can see, and then started to go back into buys, and that's what happened. So apparently it has reached that level, so we are going to anticipate a pullback. Now how are we going to anticipate it? We are of course going to use our fib, and then our fib is bringing us to this OB right about there, that last OB before it broke out. So that's where price is gonna be coming back to. So can we confirm this on M15? Let's first go to H4. All right, so we can confirm this on M15. Let's confirm it on M15. Yes, sales are coming in. Even M30 confirms that. So sales are going to come in anytime from now to give us this move. Probably from there it can give it enough and break out, or it can react all the way down below according to H4. It can as well react all the way down below according to H4 before it continues with the buy. But for now I will focus on these two. So all we need now is the confirmation on M15 to make this sell move. That's what we need, and then we bring it all the way down here. Last the other asset is jump 50. All right, so jump 50 is ready to engage in the sell. I don't think I have to wait. We've been waiting for that for so long. Yes, it is too far away from our 10 MA on H4, but H1 is ready from that level, what we wanted. M15 is ready, M30 is ready. So why do we wait? I don't think I have to wait. I'm going to enter, and I may not put a stop loss, because if I put a stop loss, it's going to be there, and most of the times these guys can react back to take our stop losses. But that's where you have to put your stop loss right there, or if you have enough, if you can risk all that, then you risk all that. That will be your stop loss right about there. And of course, if it does react back like this, then you know you can add in another sell limit right about there. That will be your other sell right about there if price tries to react all the way up there. But for now, I don't see a reason why it has to react all the way back there. But nevertheless, we enter our sell. We've entered our sell right about there. And of course, our first TP is gonna be this one right here. This will be your first TP right here, and this will be your second TP right about there. That will be your second TP. All right, so that's it. I've locked in my sell on boom on jump 50. All right, let's now go to jump 25. So jump 25, let's see. Yesterday it was a tricky one. Let's first bring it here, close. So we wanted buys from here. I think I made a loss here. Yeah, transparency, I told you guys I have to be transparent. So I was looking for this, then a buy, remember, and the buy happened here, but it was too early for me. So when it reacted back to this level, I made my entry, but it was all for nothing because it came and took me out right there, actually two times, and that's how I made a loss right there and moved out of the market. But after taking me out, you can see that it kept on playing until it continued with the buys. So that's my bad there, that I couldn't, hold and have a significant stop loss that I can manage. So anyways, I missed that to make this money. But even though it was very slow, you can see up to now it is just reaching that level right about there. It is just reaching that level right there. So either way, it wasn't that good of a trade that I would actually beat myself over. Yeah, so either way, no business here. So now we can first delete all this. I want to first delete all this. And then look at what the market is giving me. Let's go to H1. So it's continuing with that with the low momentum. So I'm not going to trade this asset at all. Yeah, not really. It's not going to be in my focus of the day. But clearly you can see how the how momentum was that low. You can see going back. Yes, it is above our 10 EMA, but very slow. You can see how the candles are until what time? Till what time was this? Until yesterday at 11. Yeah, until yesterday at 11, price was playing games. It was back and forth, you can see, until yesterday 11. That's when it gained some small momentum to push. Yeah, but up to now it is still having that same slow momentum. So remember, this is our TP. This is going to come there, and then probably it may break and continue a little bit up there, probably, or not. Yeah, actually it's going to continue with buys. So I cannot enter here because of the market, the way it is very slow. So I may not enter that market right here, but I will have to wait. Let's go to M15 and see. Yeah, it's having some resistance right here. So if it fails to break it, then it will pull back. Then probably from there we can start to think of making our entry. But until then, no business. If it doesn't make a pullback, we cannot enter any buys at all. Yeah, the market is still slow. Jump 10. Today's market, will it be profitable? We'll see. We've only entered jump 50, so let's wait and see. So jump 10, I made this money here. So yeah, I made that money there, although I went out a bit early because I anticipated a pullback. Remember yesterday we had this level to think of. I told you it may break it and continue, and it did continue. So that was a good sell. We missed that sell. because it failed to give us an entry, so it continued perfectly to the trend line, and I missed to enter a sniper entry right here. I had to wait for price to be above my 10 MA, and that's where I made my entry for that kind of a buy. And I was unable to hold it all the way up there because I was moving out of the chart, so I had to go with the profits the market had already given me, and that was it. And then I waited for the pullback here. That was late night. I was about to enter. I remembered that I had made a promise to myself not to leave another trade in running overnight, so I did not enter. But if I had entered, I would still be in profits. I would still be on profits because I had already anticipated it reacting to this OB right there. All right, so now we look at today. Let's go to H1. So the buy is on. The buy should be on. Price is below 10 MA. Yet the sell on the daily should also be on. It's crazy. That is a change of character right there, which may be a fake change of character. So if you go to H4, price is below 10 MA, but looking for buys. So H1 is not ready to enter buys. So what is going to happen? So let's use this right here. So that's the structure right here. So we know that it is consolidating within this structure, that's for sure. But then what we know is, the other thing we know is that at the end it will break out and give us that move. According to M15, it should be breaking, but then according to H1, it's quite crazy, not understanding it yet. Alright, I think we are ready for the buy. I think we are ready for the buy. Are we? Are we ready for the buy? Okay, the pullback is on according to M15 and M5. So hopefully it's coming right here. So hopefully it's doing this. And then we do this. And then we do this. We make that entry from there. Let's go to M15. Yeah, that's an ideal move to come to that OB. So I'm gonna wait for this move right here. Hopefully it happens and we get a perfect entry for this buy. This is gonna be what I'm going to anticipate for now. So if I don't see anything like this, I'm not trading this asset. If I don't see a pullback to this OB on M15, I'm not going to make any entries on J10. I will wait for it to reach there and then probably pull back. But if it does not give me this, I have no business currently for this asset. So let's see, we wanted that right there. So is it going to happen? We'll see if it is actually happening. All right, that's it. I will leave it at M5. Let's now head over to gold as our last asset. We still have about 10 minutes to close this asset. To close today's analysis. All right, gold. Yesterday I made an entry there, but it was too early, so I closed it. When it came back here, I was not in the market. but I came later and found that I should have made an entry, because this would have confirmed that the entry should be there. Yeah, so I missed to enter there when it made a pullback here, because here it was too early. That's why I had to close it before it went into losses. So all this we saw, that was our anticipation price to give us here, and then we enter buys from this very fair value gap. This was a fair value gap according to H1. So now we can delete all this, anyway, this is no longer necessary, so we can also delete it, even this, even that, remove history. Now we clearly see that we have a break of structure according to H1. According to H4, however, according to H4, it's not yet gaining momentum. It's not yet, it hasn't gained momentum yet according to H4. But looking at daily looks now better. Daily time frame looks better. Having grabbed this liquidity on this OB, now the pullback buy is on, and I think we are ready to engage. For swingers, you were supposed to engage probably a few, like yesterday, but one or yesterday you should have engaged in a sell, I mean a buy. This was supposed to be your entry for swingers. You know, this would have been your entry when it pulled back to that OB. So now I can delete that OB there, and let's go to H4. H4 buys are strong, not that strong because it has a low momentum. Let's go to M15, overbought. H1 getting close to overbought. Why? Because of this resistance or those highs right there. All right, so is it going to be an issue? I think it will be an issue for the pullback. Yeah, and the other reason is that is also an order block on H4, so pullback is likely to happen, but we may actually not see a pullback since price already pulled back to this OB. It's actually likely to break and continue. So how will we then enter? So we have a break of structure here. If we have a break of structure there, then probably the only pullback that we can think of is pullback to this breaker block right about there. So that would be like the only pullback that we can anticipate price to come back to, and then give us a breakout of this very OB, this very OB right about there. All right, so that's it for gold. It may all the way reach there and then give us a pullback for us to make a proper entry to break this OB right here. Remember, this structure is still valid. Price to take us all the way there to grab that liquidity, and then we continue with sells because daily time frame is strongly looking for sells. So that's what we'll be anticipating. Get all the way there and then come back with enter sells after that. So let's pull this here and let's have this here. It's what we still need. It's what you're looking for. All right, so that's it. The buy is continuing. That was a good buy. There, and we missed it, but nevertheless we will come in. We can enter actually the sell when it is coming. If it is ready on M5, we may enter that sell and then wait for it to reach here and then enter buys. We can sell it and then later buy it. That's what I love about trading. All right, that's it for today. Let's now do a recap. Remember to subscribe, remember to like, share and subscribe if you are loving the content. All right, so we start with crash. So crash has done that. We have to wait. This was a pullback I was talking about, but we need to be sure that it is not breaking this previous lower low to give us a new lower low. So we have to be very careful. Yeah, once it does that and it starts to get us into buys, then we have, it goes above our 10 MA on M15 or H1, then we have our perfect entry for the buys to push all the way up. Even swingers, this will be an entry for swingers and even intraday traders. Boom 1000, all we need is a pullback there, then we can enter sales. So until then, I'm not going to think about anything on boom 1000. Boom 500, same thing, but I think it is now ready. Is it? I believe it is. Price is above, is below a 10 MA. Yeah, I think we can enter this sell. Alright, so this is going to be one of those that's gonna be a little crazy, so that you can enter it if you want to, and I will have to put my stop loss tight, probably here around there. That will be a tight stop loss, and I'll be looking for my TP on that level like we discussed. So that's it. I'll put a limit order, another limit order probably if it tries to spike a bit there. I'll put another limit order there. Alright, so that's it. We've even entered boom 500. I hope you guys can see that. Yeah, that's it. And then V25S, we are waiting for this pullback, then we can enter buys. Yeah, V75, it's still a no-go for us because a sale is coming, but it's not yet confirmed, so we have to wait and patiently wait for a clear confirmation of this pullback sell. J50, we are already in it and currently in some profits, so you can keep holding it for now. J25, it has broken out. Surprisingly, it has gotten a weird momentum right there and it has broken that resistance, so it's a no-go for us. Don't even think about doing anything with J25. It's a no-go for us. No, we cannot trade it at all. J10, we need a pullback here. Once we have that pullback, then we enter our buys from this level. This is one of those that you cannot afford to miss. And in fact, if you can put your limit order right here, just in case if you're going to be busy, it gets activated around there. Looking for those buys to push all the way up. So for now, we wait and see if it will come to activate our limit order right there. And lastly is gold. We are waiting for price to reach there, and then it gives us a pullback because that is a resistance level. But if it finds enough momentum and it breaks it, then you know that you may not enter, or you may enter immediately for that continuation of buys. But according to what we are seeing on H1, we may get a pullback after reaching that level. So that's what we are anticipating on, because of what we are seeing on CCI getting overbought right there. So as we wait for all these, please remember to trade carefully. Don't risk what you can't afford to risk, because you may end up stressed and over just money that you've lost, knowing that you're not supposed to lose it. If you're a student, don't use your school fees, don't use the elders, don't use rent money or whatever to trade when you're thinking of getting quick money out and then reuse it. You may face it rough. You rather find little money that you can trade with, and with an aim of growing it, even if it is $1 per day, $2 per day, it can become much in due time. All you need to do is have consistency and a clear mindset when you are trading, and that will be it. All right, have a nice day, guys. Happy trading. See you tomorrow, Friday, as our last day of the week. Bye bye.